is there. There was a whole fucking thing. Here we go. Hey, please talk to Jenny while I smash this out. Hi, Jenny. I see you sending me messages, but I need to. So here I am, minding my own fucking business, right? It's not even late. It feels later than it is. It's it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm chilling, and there's a knock on the door, and the only reason that I decide to get up is because I have a package in transit, and I've been tracking it. So I figure maybe, just maybe, I luck the fuck up. It shows up early. Cool. What is it, babe? You hear Kari?
Okay, it just I thought they tried to go around to his window.
No, please, no,
Okay, yeah,
no, don't worry.
no.
I know that whole pause. Don't worry, we'll swing around like this shit was
sorry.
fucking Tenet. We'll get you there. We'll catch you up to speed. So there's a knock on my fucking door, and I don't get there in time. I'm too late. But the beauty of three adults in the house is that Kari made it to the door, and I'm thinking, cool, maybe Kari snatched up my package. It's not. It's from fucking Baskin Robbins. I didn't order any Baskin Robbins. That's fucking weird. According to Kari, somebody knocked on the door, they set it down and walked away. He opened the door, there was ice cream there. What the fuck are you to do but open it up and take a look? So it's ice cream. Okay, and I'm like, wow, this actually looks like it's pretty good. It was like a whole banana split thing. Realistically, if you spent $20 on this, yeah. But whatever. Whatever. So I show it to Asia, and she's like, wow, this actually looks really nice, but I don't want it. So I was like, I'm not really in the mood. I don't really want it. So I go to Kari, do you want some Baskin Robbins? Because in my mind, if somebody drops off food, like even if the person were to come for it, you wouldn't want it. It's like COVID season. Like 3,000 people are dying a day. Do you really want to? That just seems weird to me. But whatever. Like, we've been here with pizza before where they bring pizza to the house, and I'll be like, I can give you the pizza back, but please don't give this to nobody because that's disgusting. Even before COVID, I would have thought that was fucking disgusting. So nobody wants it. Car's like, guess we'll just put it in the freezer. No big deal. So I go back to my business, and somebody knocks on the door again. Now I'm like, fuck, it's probably the DoorDash guy. Now I gotta go out here and explain it. So there's this little girl, and I say little girl because she's half my age, and she's all of 5'2", 5'3", maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. And she's like, yeah, did they deliver Baskin Robbins here? And I'm like, yeah, I got it, but you don't really want it because it had been in my house now. That's weird. She's like, oh, so it's here? And I'm like, yeah, it's here. And again, you can have it, but it has now been in my home. 3 people who you don't know have touched it now. Do you really want it? And she's like, well, do you have the money for it? It's like, no, I don't have the money for it. Like, do you understand? This was a mix-up. And she's like, well, you have to understand there are 2 5Bs, and when you shouldn't be taking stuff if you didn't even order it. I'm like, you need to understand, ma'am, that there are 3 adults in the house. And when I said that, I think I offended her. She kind of took it like I was saying she wasn't an adult. But what I was trying to convey to her is that there are 3 individual adults in this house who can all handle their financial concerns without one another. We are capable of independently ordering food without one another. So when someone knocks on the door, there's a 1 in 3 chance somebody ordered that. So I'm trying to explain to her there are 3 adults in the house. She was like, I'm an adult too. I'm 21. And at that point, I like a whole switch just flicked in my head. And I'm like, look, bitch, I'm twice your age. Plus some. We could add your age up twice and I was still 4, bitch. You need to fucking chill out. She's like, oh, what you need to do? And I was like, you know what? Old school George Jefferson closed the door. Just fucking done. Because while this is a legitimate mix-up and a legitimate mistake, and it is no one's fault but the DoorDash guy, I wasn't about to stand in my house and explain myself to anybody. I just don't. Anybody who you talk to who know me, they'll tell you that I do things in my own way in my own terms, on my own time, across the board. I don't give a shit who you are. Across the board. My whole mantra, don't fucking change. So I slam the door and I come back in and I sit down. I'm now comfortable. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. My wife has anxiety because we live in an area where people can get fucking stupid. They already broke out the lock in the laundry room thinking they were gonna get quarters, not to realize that it was all electronic and they weren't gonna get anything. It can be silly. So we're chilling. Everything is fine. I'm moving on with this shit. And they knock on my door again. And this time she done brought a guy with her and they want to argue. Now, I decided that I'm not even going to the door. So I just peeked my head out the window. And I didn't hear what the fuck they were talking about. Honestly, I would love to give you a fucking recap of what was going on. But that ended with, I am in my house and naked and not about to be dealing with you. And I slowly closed the window and I slowly closed my shade and I sat the fuck back down. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna spend the rest of my night with my high blown. You know, we've been doing really good with weed lately. Really good. There's been more than enough to go around. And money is not even a concern. I am not about to be stressed out in my own home for some external shit. I'm working on 3 different films simultaneously. I'm trying to teach my wife how to use a fucking gimbal. I'm trying to download effects so I can get hyped to go meet a motherfucker this Sunday and get his blessing for my shit. I've got other shit going on in my head. I had to stop and deal with the whole thing with my wife this evening, who felt like I wasn't spending enough time with her and I hadn't given her the appropriate responses that she needed. So I had to stop and deal with my wife. I'm sorry and I love you. I love you, baby. I know shit, baby. But fuck, that pissed me off because you don't come to my house and damage my calm. Damn. Like, this... It's some motherfuckers who pull up at home and they sigh and they sit in the driveway and they smoke a cigarette and they dread going in. Man, this is safe haven for me. I can't wait to get to this bitch. And when it comes to stress, we leave them shits at the door at 5B. So whoever you is, LaQuanda, LaQuisha, whoever the fuck your name was, LaDashia, with your... I'm not even gonna give you the ad hoc attack. She did kind of look like a dude, but you know, that's not the thing. You know what? You got a phone. I know you got a phone. Get on the phone with fucking DoorDash and say, hey, yo, DoorDash guy sent my shit to the wrong place. And do you know what happens? They issue you a full refund and then they send you some more shit.
There has been times where a delivery from Amazon for something quite expensive has gone to 5B or to a different place and it says deliver and we say no, it wasn't. We don't storm over and say you have my stuff, because
nope.
If you got it, I can't be mad at you.
Yep.
But I'm mad at the person who didn't hand it off to me. So then I get in contact with Amazon or DoorDash and they say, hey, we're sorry, we messed up. Here is the money for that thing, or here is that thing. However they deal with it, but it's not my job to go and yell at someone else for someone else not doing their job right. If someone comes and gives me something for free, typically the person takes it. It just so happens that we didn't want the thing to begin with. So we put the thing aside, nobody was gonna eat it. And if you would say, you know what, I understand, it's cold, whatever, I still want it, like, all right, give me 1 second, would have brought it out to you. So I don't know if that was a matter of
and I offered it to her. I was like, if you want it.
I think what happened was you saying, hey, you sure you really want that? It's fucking COVID-19. I think that she probably was made to feel, oh, you trying to say I'm dumb? It's like, no, I'm just reminding you COVID. And again, nobody wants your ice cream. It's in there. I'll get it to you. I'm just saying, as a neighbor, you know, maybe you should be careful. I see you standing here with your kid and you're trying to feed your kid something that someone else may have licked or touched.
Like seriously, that my first, like, even when we DoorDash, it's very important to me that the sticker is down and nobody else touched that, because if the sticker is up, somebody else then fucked with my shit. And if it's down and I get sick, I can say I got sick and it's on you. You gave me some shit. But the second you open that top, it's not their responsibility no more. So here I am just trying to do you a solid and say, you don't really want this. It's been in somebody else's house. So my response was to just throw that shit out into the front yard. Like I really didn't fucking want your shit. Like maybe if you came to the door and I was eating and I was like, "What Baskin Robbins?" That would have been a little fucked up. But nobody here wanted it. And what kind of person at 9 o'clock at night spends $20 on one fucking Sunday when you could just go to for that same amount of money, you could have somebody go to Walmart and get you like 4 gallons of ice cream and deliver it. Like,
Bailey makes a point that it's like, well, people are crazy and we might want to let the rental place know in case of vandalism or anything. I was like, well, that's a good point. Maybe we'll send an email or something. That's just me being paranoid because
as an adult, I suppose that I should probably at the very least just shoot them an email. But it's just ridiculous to me. And again, let's backtrack. This is the same 5B that a year ago they dropped off 4 tickets to a wrestling event that I wanted to go to. I legit wanted to go to it. And I packed them up and I walked them over there and knocked on the door. And they act like they didn't want to be bothered with me, but they took the shit. And there have been many times when something get delivered over here and I have to call Amazon and say, "Hey, it say delivered. I don't have it." And they go, "Well, there's a picture outside your door." And I go, "Sorry, that's not outside my door. You delivered it somewhere else." And Amazon apologizes. And Amazon sends you another one. Or they give you your money. DoorDash, same way. Grubhub, same way. They will give you your shit back. But you can't come to me and argue about it. You can't come fuck with me about it because I didn't do it. I was sitting here minding my business, butt booty naked, and you came in here damaging my calm. But you know what? I'm done now. I have fucking woosawed this shit. I will now return you to your regularly scheduled high because I got other shit going on.